And we're recording. All right. Good morning, everybody. Yay. Yes, there's a blue right there. Yeah, that's about how I feel too. All right. Here we go. We'll get up and up, up and up. Yeah. So let's do our jiggles and our shakes. Jiggles and our shakes. We'll do our jiggles and our shakes. And we'll do our jiggles and our shakes. Hi, Matt. We're doing some jiggling and some shaking. I noticed earlier when I was practicing in front of the doors, some of the movements I was doing, it was hard to see my legs, so I'm going to shut those doors, see if that helps. Keep going. Shake it out. This is a great way to start pumping your blood in the morning. Activate the lymphatic tissues. Help kind of make those muscles warm up just a little bit. Let's go a little longer. Y'all are doing so good. Good, and then we'll come to a standstill. Feet about shoulder width apart. Think about dropping the tailbone down, lifting the crown of the head up. Let's breathe deeply into that lower abdomen. Take like 3 deep breaths. Just checking in with your body. How did the jiggling feel? Good. Staying in this stance, so we'll talk about it just a little bit and make sure we're all there. Again, so shoulder width, tailbone. I'm not arching my back and I'm not clenching my glutes to tuck everything under. I'm just really thinking about kind of like opening that low back and letting everything sink, letting there be like a little bit of a micro bend in my knee. And then the crown of my head lifts up. We're going to go straight into our arm swings or our noodle arms. It's just kind of like this. Start out nice and gentle. I say noodle arms because I want us to remember that our arms are pretty relaxed, right? Kind of like noodles. Not much weight to them, so just like swinging my arms as if, okay. Yes, hello, welcome. Yes. Yes. Oh, what a Qigong duck. And then we'll start to make it, you can do it a little more. I want you to think about turning the top of that head to look behind you. One of the things we're doing with this movement is trying to get a nice spinal twist. Be careful to protect your knees, though. Don't be turning in the knees too much. Don't be turning in the knees too much like that. You guys are doing great. Looking good. Good, and we can let that slow down. Good. I'm just going to do some very gentle opening of all the big kind of joints this morning. So we're going to start up with our neck here. So I want you to think about taking your chin to your chest, right? And you can kind of like let the shoulders slump a little forward and then come back up. Good, and think about lifting the face up. And you can kind of open the shoulders, arch the upper back just a little bit, and we'll come back to center. And keep doing that. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Just a little bit closer here. So if I'm thinking about kind of like my crown up, I bring my chin to my chest, right, and then I kind of like let everything slump forward. And then I'm going to inhale, kind of open everything back up, and then I'm going to continue inhaling. And notice I'm thinking about lifting my face up, and I know that's kind of a weird terminology, but it's better than like, if you look at my spine, if I kind of just lift my head up like that, it crushes that, compacts that cervical spine. Whereas if I lift my face up, it really helps me think about keeping that neck nice and open. So we'll do exhale down. Inhale, let everything come up. Lifting the face, opening the chest. Exhale back down. Inhaling up. And just being aware when you do this, like where do you feel it in your body? And like I'm super tight in my chest this morning. Good. Let's do two more. Exhaling down last time. Good, and we'll come back to center. And then we'll take our ear to our shoulder. And then we'll take our ear to our other shoulder. Just very gently this morning, right? Don't push it. Go back to the other side. And back to the other side. And then chin to chest, we'll just do some half rolls forward. To one side, half roll to the other side. Just gently opening up that neck. Now let's do full circles, thinking about the top of our head, reaching back behind us to the wall behind us, keeping that neck nice and open. And all the vertebrae in the neck, extending, stretching, opening. Good. Let's go back to the other side. Switch directions if you haven't. Nice and gentle, nice and slow. Good. All right. Come back to center. We're going to look straight ahead. And then I want you to really extending up through that head, lengthening that neck. Look to the right. Find a point to focus on. And then come back to the front. Find a point to focus on. And look to the left. And find a point to focus on. And then come back to the front. Find your spot. To the right. Find your spot. To the front. Find your spot. To the left. Find your spot. And then just keep rotating. Make it go a little faster. while being able to still really focus on each spot and keeping the extension through the neck, still lifting up. And then I want you to do it as fast as you can while still being able to bring each spot into focus. Keep going. Good. Okay, good stuff. Oh, I love that one. So I really feel like it gets up into my, where that, spine connects to the head. And I always get some, nice crunches right up in there, which feels good. And I feel like it gets nice and open. Good. Now let's just do some shoulder rolls. Oof. I'm pretty tight, so I'm actually going to switch that and go into some swings first. Just nice and gentle, but that's just a little bit of bigger movement. It's easier for me to do right now. And then to make it a little more, I'm going to start rotating my palms out. Rotate my palms up when I come out. Now let's let that relax and let's do some shoulder circles. Good. Really think about how much movement we have in our shoulders, right? You know, I want to get down as far as I can, forward as much as I can, up as much as I can, back as much as I can. Our shoulders have a whole lot more movement than we give them credit for. Let's go back the other way. Good. Now let's just do some big circles here with our shoulders. Good, and back the other way. And we can go to my second favorite Qigong movement. Not that I have any favorites, or do I tier them. They're definitely all my favorites, but if I had to pick, this one would be my second favorite. Teacups. So if we haven't done that before, you imagine you have a teacup in your hand, and we want to keep it straight up the whole time. So I bring it in, I bring it out, around, over my head, and back to the front. We'll try it again. Right, instead of flipping it over, I keep it. Yeah. Good. Good. Everybody's doing great. Sometimes this movement can be, if you're feeling it in your wrist, think about relaxing the hand, because we'll kind of hold it tight, and we're I'm not going to let that hand flip, and so we get some tension in the wrist. So think about kind of extending through the wrist and activating it, reaching through to help keep it flat but relaxed. Good. And let's go the other way. Oh, so if you haven't done this before, I'll walk through it. We go forward, out, around, behind, up over the head, in front of us, curl under, come right across that rib cage there. Yeah. Looking at the hand can be really helpful. If you're trying to figure out, am I keeping it flat? Dun, 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 dun. You know, when I'm carrying a whole bunch of different trays around, which I surprisingly still do a lot. I think this movement really helps with my shoulder mobility and my balance. So I'm like, well, I'm holding shit. So it's very helpful. Good. Shake that out a little bit. And then let's go to the other side. So we're going to bring it in, out, around, up and over. Good. In, out, around, up, over. In, out, around, up, and over. Everybody's looking great. Good. Again, you can look at your hand, and that's a great way to kind of see if you're doing it. It also, I think, makes it a little easier. It allows you kind of like to turn your torso a little bit, which allows these turns to be a little easier. I'm going to need 5 more on this side. You're doing great. Relaxed, open, wrist relaxed. Good. And we're going to go back the other way. So I'm going to reach out, kind of come around, behind my head, bring it down in front, over, and right across that rib cage. Yeah. Good. Everybody's looking awesome. And let's do one more on this side. Good. Shake it out. Arms up. Think about the elbows pointing down to the ground. We're going to do tiny circles forward. We're going to do tiny circles backwards. And then leaving the arms where they are, we're going to rotate the forearms around the elbows. Yeah, just get a little elbow loving in there. Good, and back the other way. Good. Again, I'm going to come a little closer for this one. We're going to do wrists right now. So we'll clasp our hands in front of us like this. Good. And then I want you to relax it, and I have a nice 90-degree angle here. And then I'm going to do kind of like figure eights, but I want, rather than doing this, think about the movement coming from the elbows, right? So I'm kind of lifting my elbows up. That allows me to just have a little less tension in the wrist. So I'm making kind of a figure eight. Good, now reverse that figure eight. Good. Now, whichever thumb was on top, we're going to redo the hand so that the opposite thumb is on top. Should feel super awkward, like you never do. Good. Back to this, and we're going to do it again. Elbows kind of raising, letting those wrists stay nice and relaxed. And then on this opposite side, reverse whatever you have going on. Good. Now we're going to hold our hands here. We're going to open really wide. We're going to close very tight. Open, close. And do it as fast as you can while still fully opening and fully closing. Stay nice and relaxed in the other parts of our body. Good. You should be feeling it in your forearms just a tiny bit. Good, and shake it out. And shake it out another way. Shake it out a third way. Yeah. Good. All right. So it's kind of head and arms. Now we're going to do like hips down to the feet. So we're going to do a little bit of like balance changing. So I'm going to show you what the movement looks like. Some of you have done this before. Bring all of our weight into one foot. We come up, around, and we keep our weight here. We don't let it pull us over until we're all the way down. Then we intentionally switch up, around, keep the weight down in this foot, then switch. So that might be a little difficult if you've not done it before. So one thing you can do, if you've done it before, go ahead and start. And if you're new to it, ways we can build up is we just bring our weight over to one side, and we're just going to like lift that leg and bring it down. Weight over to the other side, lift that leg, bring it down. You can grab a wall if you want some balance. And if you can do it this way, so that you're having a wall to help you the whole time. You can grab a little chair or a higher couch. This one doesn't work for me. But so this changing of balance from side to side is a really great thing for our brain. It's really good for neuroplasticity. It keeps our brains nice and young and healthy. Good. And then if you can, really start thinking about just opening up those hips. Good. All right. And now we're going to do a little work on our knees. We're going to make a slight little bend in our knees. Bring our hands over the kneecaps. I'm not putting weight on them. The hands are just kind of there. And we're going to do really small circles. Keeping our feet together, keeping them flat on the floor the whole time. No weight in them, pressing in the hands and the knees. Just there to love them. Tell them how much we appreciate all the hard work they do. And let's go the other way. Good. Good, come on up. And then we're just going to do some ankle hurts. So if you need to grab a wall, bring your foot up, and just rotate our ankle. And then go the other way. Good. And then do the other one. And really think about getting it nice and open. See how much mobility you can get. And then go the other way. Good. And you can shake that foot out that you were standing on. Mine got a little full of energy, I like to say. And then let's just go back to shake it all out. How does that feel now? Does it feel any different? Does it still feel the same? Like, it feels good to me now. I'm much more aware that my low back is actually the tightest part of my body. When we first started, everything was pretty tight for me. But now it's just kind of that. So what I would want to do is just some nice twist again. Maybe it's a little looser and a little deeper. Yeah, that feels really good on my low back. I'm glad you all are here to help me out with it. Okay. So the reason we did kind of focus on all the joint warming up, because the main move in Qigong that I want to focus on today is going to be, we're going to do fairly statically. So it's called Holding the Heavens Rooted on Earth. We're going to do it 8 times together, and it's going to be some fun, a little bit of fancy breathing. So I'll demonstrate for you. I'm going to inhale up, and then exhale, and I'm going to push out. And when I do that, I think about, I'm going to exaggerate, don't actually do this. When I push out, I think about kind of like sinking down and pressing, right? I'm reaching kind of down with my tailbone at the same time that I'm reaching up, right? We want that sinking and that rising sensation together. So I'll inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and that'll be 1. And then the second time, we're going to hold it for a whole breath. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So every other one, we're really going to hold it up there and focus on that extension up and that rooting down. Holding the heavens, rooted on earth. To really feel both of those things happening. All right, let's begin. Inhale up. Exhale, pressing up, reaching up into heaven, rooting down into earth. And inhale. And this one more hold. Letting the shoulders stay relaxed and open, not coming up towards our ears. Inhale down. Exhale. Reaching up into heaven, feeling that root on earth. Inhaling down. Exhale. Good. And exhale to hold for 1 breath. So we inhale. exhale, staying up. Inhaling, bringing the hands down halfway. Exhaling all the way down. Good. Inhale, drawing chi up, feeling chi come up through the legs. Exhale, reaching out, feeling your hands go all the way up to the heavens. Inhale, coming down. Exhale, all the way down. Good. We'll inhale. And exhale. And hold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale at the end. On our next pass through, I want us to try and hold the breath for one long inhale all the way up. All right, let's try it. Inhale. Nice and slow. Keep inhaling. Keep inhaling. Good. And now exhale all the way down. Nice, slow exhale. Slow exhale. Slow exhale. Slow exhale. Good. Again, inhale. Nice and slow. All the way up. And then hold here for the full exhale. Really feeling that connection. Stay holding for a nice long inhale. Exhale slowly all the way down. Good. Let's do 3 circle breaths. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Keeping a nice micro bend in our knees. Breathing deep into that downfield, into that lower belly. One more. Hands to prayer position. Come down in front of us. Let your thumbs connect to the point right between your pecs or your nipples, right in the center of the chest, and really press in if you can. And as you release the hands forward and down, feel that open. Feeling your chi descend down that center line to that lower abdomen. You're taking one final deep breath there. And you can check the time. Yep. Good. A little over. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. All of you out in the email land, we miss you. We can't wait to see your faces here, and we'll see you really soon.